Over the years, some riders in our group have raved about their Senna intercoms and said, I have to buy one. I always said no. I am old school. An adventure bike with no ABS, radiators or fuel injection suits me just fine. So what are these alleged benefits? The biggest plus? No constant stopping to discuss route changes, who is low on fuel, who needs to piss, or stopping to take a phone call. Safety. The lead rider can tell everyone about traffic hazards. You can hear GPS instructions instead of looking down at the GPS screen. You can talk with your pillion passenger without turning your head and yelling. If a rider crashes down an embankment but is still conscious, they can alert the group immediately. The social aspect. For many of us, catching up with friends is at least half the fun of a ride. Chatting while riding can actually be great, although it can also be distracting. Entertainment. Some riders love being able to listen to music or podcasts while riding, especially on those long, straight, boring sections of highway. The negatives. The biggest potential issue is probably safety. Some riders can be easily distracted by conversations or the phone suddenly ringing. If you have the volume high, you may not hear emergency sirens. Some guys enjoy the almost meditative aspect of riding. Sure, it's fun to catch up with mates during the breaks, but while the wheels are turning, they don't want music, phone calls, or constant chatter. And the riding group can always use hand signals for basic communication while on the go. In some groups, there can be just one guy who just doesn't shut up. Everyone can tolerate him at lunchtime, but having him in your ears non-stop while riding is not fun. What else? The good intercoms and headsets are expensive. Most of the guys I know started with cheap units, but quickly moved to the expensive Senna or Cardo intercoms. Remember to check your helmet has enough room for fitment. Having to buy a new helmet just adds to the expense. I am very new to motorbike comms. I got the Senna 50S, which I've used on 3 rides now. So what has the experience been like so far? Much better than expected. I reluctantly bought the intercom after a rider crashed and died on a group ride a while ago. Intercoms would not have helped in that situation, but it did get our group discussing safety issues. It's already been good in that respect. Hey, there's a car coming. Or watch out, this clay is really slippery. The road is wet on this corner. You can overtake, no cars in sight. So far I haven't been distracted. Our group is pretty sensible and knows to shut up when the traffic is heavy or the terrain is unpredictable. But chatting away on the easy sections has been a pile of fun. To date, the biggest benefit is the lack of stopping to discuss stuff. We all wear earplugs, so every time we stopped to discuss things, we were all yelling at each other and sounding like deaf old men, which isn't far from the truth. It has been great not stopping to debate things like navigation or fuel stops. I'm keen to do a review of the pros and cons of the Senna 50S after plenty of use. Watch this space. So which intercom might suit you? The first consideration is choosing between Bluetooth or the new mesh technology. Mesh has a longer range, allows bigger groups, and forms a network that a group can use to stay in touch over long distances. The only real advantages of Bluetooth, it's cheaper and different brands can still connect. Next, what's the purpose of your intercom? If you just want to chat with your pillion passenger and connect to your phone, then a basic Bluetooth setup will be fine. Just remember, there's usually a compromise with cheap units. Poor noise cancelling, so lots of wind noise, batteries may not last all day, Low volume and poor audio quality can make it hard to hear anything at speed. The controls are often clunky and hard to use when wearing gloves. Do you want to connect with a big riding group? If everyone is using Bluetooth, then I'd suggest just getting a quality Bluetooth intercom that will do the job. But if the group is already using mesh technology, then you will have to follow suit. Senna and Cardo are the big names in this respect. Have you used bike comms before? Hated it or loved it? Any preferences? What do you think the main advantages and drawbacks are?